What is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome to VV Investments. I appreciate you tuning in. On today's episode, we're talking about ways that you guys can create a brand for yourself inside the Veveverse using AI. So if you guys enjoy the content, make sure to like and subscribe. Comment down below what you want to see in a future episode. Without further ado, sit back, relax, and enjoy. So I want to be really clear here. I'm not going to be talking about any complex platforms in today's episode. No Photoshop, no Blender, none of that stuff. If you're somebody watching this video that has no experience creating a brand, then this is stuff that you'll be able to do. They're all very simple platforms, not to mention AI does a lot of the work for you. So we're talking about 7 platforms in today's episode. And if you guys actually stick around to the end, I create a completely new brand using the platforms. So with that being said, let's hop into the first one. So the way I'm going to structure today's video is I'm going to explain each platform, and then like I mentioned at the end, I'm going to show you guys exactly how to use them. So the first one here is going to be called Namelix. It's an AI platform that suggests creative and unique names for businesses, products, and projects. So just like you would with ChatGPT, you input a prompt, you're going to input keywords in Namelix, and Namelix will generate a list of potential names that you can use for your brand. Next on the list, I want to talk about Looka. So Looka is going to be another AI platform, but this one focuses strictly on logos. So it generates a range of logo options for users to choose from, and users can input their business name, they select their industry, specify certain design preferences such as colors and symbols, they click generate, and then it generates a list just like Namelix. Now, one thing to note about both the platforms that I've mentioned so far is that whatever names or logos that they generate aren't actually fixed, meaning you can click on them and still edit them. Next on the list is going to be a platform that I actually haven't used myself. I do have the intention of using it inside the Veveverse, but I have seen a lot of good things mentioned about it. But it's an AI platform that allows you to run and host professional podcasts. So instead of me just listing off the points on the left, here's a little visual explainer for you guys.
3, 2, 1, and Podcastle. Podcastle will save your life. All your recordings are being saved on the cloud. Even if you experience sudden internet disruption, you won't encounter a quality loss and will be able to continue your interview as if nothing has happened.
It's really critical that we develop an assay that we still don't have that tells us, that measures the...
No problem. Podcastle will handle that too. With Podcastle, you'll get separate high-quality wave tracks for each speaker. Instead of recording a call, Podcastle records each microphone input. Remove anything extra. Spice it up with some intro and outro music. We love a smooth transition. In the end, you can also export those tracks separately if you wish to edit them in your preferred platform. So, 3, 2, 1, and Podcastle. Make your voice heard. By the way, on the mobile too.
Now, next on the list is an interesting one. The platform's called Hallway, and I will be clear here, this platform is technically not available yet. It is currently in beta, but you do have the option of signing up so that when it is released, you're notified. I am definitely keeping my eye on this platform. I've talked about the little avatar that I used in the past. This is something that I can see blowing up and becoming mainstream relatively fast. If you're someone like myself who doesn't want to necessarily put their face on camera, this is the perfect solution. So it makes it easy to tell your story as an avatar with your own personality. There's no custom hardware, so it's an easy setup. All you do is download the platform, and then everything you need is inside there. All you need is a webcam. So you connect your webcam to the platform, then you're good to go. It supports various different avatar types. So anime avatars, custom artwork that you create yourself. There's a platform called MetaHuman, which I believe is Unreal Engine. And then Ready Player Me is also compatible. Now, like I mentioned, this platform is in beta, but the videos that I've seen of it so far look absolutely incredible. And this is definitely something that I think you guys can expect in the future on the channel. Next up, and for anyone who missed our previous episodes, we have ChatGPT. So I'm going to make this one quick, as many people probably know what it is by now, but you can use it to generate different ideas for different businesses. You can use it to generate large amounts of copy in minutes. You can use it to create and describe designs, break down things into steps. explain concepts, and so much more. But to make a longer story short, you can use the bot to work smarter, not harder. So I mentioned I'm going to be putting a brand together at the end of the video. This is a tool that we use quite a bit. Next on the list, we have Midjourney. So Midjourney is going to be the AI image generator. It's created by an independent research lab. They're actually self-funded, which is quite impressive. They're composed of 11 full-time staff members and then a set of advisors. But the bot's going to generate images based off prompts that you input, just like our last example with ChatGPT. I've already walked through some examples with this one on the channel as well. So we're going to breeze past this one. We're going to move right to the last one. That way we can start building this brand. And that last software is going to be Canva. So Canva is probably a software that a lot of people have heard of. It's blown up over the years, and I would describe it as a very, very, very simplistic form of Photoshop. If you have no experience with graphic design, this is the platform I'd always recommend first. So Canva is a graphic design and publishing platform that allows users to create a wide range of visual content. From presentations, social media graphics, posters, flyers, infographics, there is so much that you can create and so many templates that are provided to you on this platform. Now, speaking of templates, it provides a user-friendly interface. It's not complicated at all. And there's a vast library of pre-designed templates, stock photos, icons, and fonts. There is a paid version as well. There's obviously a lot more available with the paid version, but the free version definitely has enough to work with. I personally actually use Canva for a lot of my work. I actually use it to create the templates for my videos. But if you don't have an account with Canva, obviously this video is not sponsored, but I'd highly recommend it because even if you aren't, a graphic designer or anything like that, this platform can help you in a variety of ways in terms of creating content inside of the Veveverse. Now, speaking of the Veveverse, let's create a little brand here. So I want to focus on something that you would actually want to run inside of a virtual space. I don't want to focus on anything that just isn't applicable to Veve. So to get some ideas, we're first going to head over to ChatGPT. So I asked the bot generate different ideas for a business that I can run inside of the metaverse. So after sifting through this information, I really like the idea of a virtual fitness studio. So maybe a little space where people can work out collectively and get into shape. So our next step is to create a name for this fitness studio. In order to do this, we're going to head over to the first platform we discussed, Namelix. So the first thing you're going to see when Namelix pops up is the option to enter some keywords. And this is what you're going to need to do to generate a list of potential names. So I've entered fitness studio and now I'm going to click generate. Now what's cool about the platform is you're actually going to have the option of selecting a style. So you're going to have auto, you're going to have alternate spelling like Lyft and Fiverr. You're going to have compound words like FedEx and Microsoft, two words like Facebook and Bitcoin, brandable names like Google and Rolex, non-English words like Toyota and Audi, real words, Apple and Amazon, and then short phrases. So what I want to do right now is I'm going to click brandable names like Google and Rolex. You then have the option of selecting generation randomness. So you're going to have low, which is less random, medium, which is balanced, a little bit more creative results, and then high, which is random ideas, but more varied results. I'm going to go for medium. We're going to click next. Fitness studio, yes. And what you guys want to make sure is you check off check domains. If you do not have this clicked off, some of the names that it generates may not even be available when you go to register the domain. So to avoid the high of like, oh, I really like this name, and then the low of, damn it, I can't use it. Check this off. All of the names that it generates will have a domain that is available. We're going to click generate now. And it's as easy as that. So now it has generated a list and you can just keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. And because it's AI, it just keeps generating more and more and more. All right, so I actually really like this one, the Fit Nest. We're going to click on this one and it provides you with additional variations for the actual logo or brand name. You can edit the logo by clicking down here. You can change the spelling, right? Taking away the T, maybe put another S, which I don't want. I want to put that back. But let's go back to the original font. And if you click on one of these, it's actually going to show you what the branding looks like with the current color scheme. Okay. including the hex codes for all of the colors. Now, whether you want to use that specific font and colors and things like that is completely up to you. In this case, I don't want to. So we're going to head over to Looka now to create a logo for the fitness studio. So the first thing that's going to pop up is pick your industry. So fitness is mine. Continue. Pick some logos that you like. You can choose whatever ones that you like. Just select some random ones here. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to check any. That way we get a really random selection. Same with this. I'm not going to choose any colors right now. We're going to put in our company name, fitness, slogan, optional, continue. Choose some options here, running, yoga, shoes, health, sports, blah, 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 blah. Oh, we're good. Continue. And boom. A bunch of different logos, a bunch of different options for you to choose from. And just like Namelix, you can keep generating logos. So let's click on this logo. So the first thing you're going to see is additional options to now edit the logo. So you can click on specific parts of the logo. So if I click on the symbol, it's now going to give me different symbols that I can replace the Running Man with. If I click on the font, it's now going to give me different types of fonts. Okay. If I click off both of those and I go over to palette, it will give me different color suggestions or color layouts for the same logo. So I can choose this. I can change the Running Man to, let's say, this. Really random for a fitness center, but I can change the font to, I don't like any of those yet. This, right? It's very, very flexible, okay? Now, I did a previous episode talking about different floor plans that you can create for your VV home, but the platform I showed you had to pay for in order to download the actual floor plan. It's the same thing here, but you can use the exact same trick I showed with the floor plans, screenshot your page and just crop it down. And then if you really want to take it a step further, bring it into like Photoshop, and then you can crop out the background and, you know, do what you need to with it. But let me choose a quick logo here and we'll move to the next step. All right, so this is the logo that I've created so far, but I do want to add a slogan to it. So we're going to head back over to ChatGPT. We're going to ask the bot to create a quick slogan. All right, so I've had the bot create some slogans for this fitness studio. I actually really like part of this slogan right here, a new dimension of fitness. We're going to head back to Looka. I'm going to click on the slogan text. I'm going to add it right up here. And there we have it. Now I can probably want to increase the size a little bit. All right, scratch that. I just finished recording and realized that I wasn't recording part of my screen. So we're going back here. I'm actually going to change it up. We're not going to be doing a fitness studio. I thought I might as well just revise one of the brands I already have, which is a minimalistic artwork store over on Etsy. So I've changed the branding, I've changed the name, and this is what I've changed it to. Min artwork with a period, and then just a little scribble for the symbol. So now that we have our company name and branding, we need some products to sell inside the store. So we're now going to head over to Midjourney to create some of those products. All right, so I mentioned I recorded this already, so I've already generated all these images, but I thought about 3 categories that could be sold inside of this minimalistic art store. The first one focusing on outer space, the second on landscapes, and then the third on the ocean. So to generate the first category, I inputted the prompt, a minimalistic artwork inspired after outer space. I used Niji 5, which is optimized for artistic illustrations. And then I told the bot that I want an aspect ratio of 2:3. So this is what it gave me back for minimalistic artworks inspired by outer space. I then copy and pasted the exact same prompt in, but replaced outer space with landscape and the ocean. And this is what it gave me back for landscape. And this is what it gave me back for ocean. So now what we want to do is we want to upscale the images that we want to actually save. So I upscale number 1. We're going to scroll down here. Here's the upscale. We're going to open it in a browser, right click and save. And there we have it. We have 3 categories that we can now sell inside the store. And keep in mind, all I need to do now is just keep clicking this refresh button. It'll regenerate the exact same prompt. I don't need to copy and paste and copy and paste and copy and paste. I can just generate this exact same prompt over and over again, and I can save 100 images in 10 minutes. So now that we actually have 3 categories of products to sell inside the store, we're now going to head back over to ChatGPT to create some descriptions for the products. So I asked the bot, I said, generate an interesting and enticing product description for my minimalistic artwork inspired by outer space. And then I said that the artwork is a digital print. If I did not put that in, it would have automatically assumed that it's something that I painted myself. And it could have been talking about brush strokes and just a bunch of stuff that wasn't applicable to a digital print. Within 30 seconds, it gave me back all of this, okay? So I can now copy and paste that right into my store to use as a description for the product. So we have our company name, we have our company branding that includes our logo, our colors, and our font. We've come up with 3 different product categories to sell inside the store. We've created the products for those categories as well as the descriptions for those products. So now I'm over in Canva and I want to create some of the product display photos to post in the store. So I generated this mock-up over in Midjourney. I uploaded it into Canva and now we're here. All I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little white background to the frame. That way the shadowing is a little bit more consistent. I then clicked over here on elements. I went down to grid and I added a little grid onto the frame. And this now allows me to just drop and drag a photo onto it. There's the photo we generated over in Midjourney for outer space. And there's your completed mock-up that you can now post on your website. I've mentioned in the past that blogs can be a very beneficial thing for an online store. The reason why is because they get indexed as a Google search result and they just provide more opportunities for customers to find you. So I'm going to create a quick professional blog article about minimalistic artwork that I can post on the website of my art store that my customers can now view and read. So the first thing that I did was I asked the bot to generate some topics that I can actually write this blog article about. Now I'm going to ask the bot to write a professional blog article about the following topic. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to copy and paste the topic right here. Too easy. Oh my God. Okay, so in under a minute, it generated a professional blog article about the topic that I copied and pasted in. It provided me with an introduction. It provided me with body paragraphs talking about the beauty of less, the emotional impact of minimalistic art, exploring meaning and symbolism, the intersection of minimalism in contemporary life, and the influence of other art forms. And then it rounded all that off with a conclusion like you would have in a professional blog. So just like the product descriptions, I can now copy and paste this over to my site for people to view and read and potentially convert into a paying customer. Ladies and gents, that's going to conclude today's episode. I hope you enjoyed. I probably could have dived a little deeper into it, but I have a feeling that this video is getting a little long now, so I am going to stop it here. We talked about 7 different AI tools that you guys can use to create a brand for yourself in the Veveverse, and then we created one using the tools. So we created a company name, we created the branding for the company in terms of the logo, the colors, and the font. We then created the products, the descriptions for the products, and then we even topped it off with a professional blog article at the end. Now, in terms of the content for our next episode, I am trying to determine whether I want to recap the David and Captain Vivi interview first, or if I want to recap the Apple unveiling. So whatever one you guys prefer, let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll prioritize that video for Thursday. If you guys enjoy the content, make sure to like and subscribe. Comment down below what you want to see in a future episode. And as for next, I'll catch you then.